Hello, I'm Desmond Howard, and welcome to College Football Ultimate Team.
Welcome everyone to AT&T Stadium, home of the Cowboys here in Arlington, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. To throw, it's Sayin. Might be looking to run. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Looking to fire. He wants to take the top off. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Coaches talk about third downs all the time. They emphasize it in football games, and that's a great start for this defense. They're ready for the pass, nice coverage in the back end. They get the sack, and they set the tone in this football game.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they can't connect a costly turnover on down.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, they had the matchup they wanted. They had the running back working one-on-one with the linebacker on that angle route, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It's complete to the left. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Absolutely center cut. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Fires to the tight end. He smashes his way through again. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going for it all. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
The offense is trying to go with a quick throw here and see if they can catch the defense napping, but great job in coverage forces the incompletion.
He'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Tate.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Dances away. He's in open space downfield. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
Firing to the right, complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Alabama 3, Ohio.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Looking for an open area to his left. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
So a drive there of 85 yards, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the 2nd quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. The short hands, it's Horton. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go sideline to sideline, that might be a good move moving forward.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Young. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Miller. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Looking to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Wants to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Miller. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Leading by 1, they'll go ahead and go for 2 and try to make it a field goal game. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. He'll set up to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. The 40, the 30. He's at the 10. He took that baby all the way to the house. He kicked 2, as it were. I don't know what this says about trusting your defense, but they're going for an early onside kick down 1 possession. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can...
He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
He's not afraid to go deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Looking to the big tight end. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Moving out of the pocket. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess it.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Not able to get into the end zone and convert. The lead remains at 7. They had hoped to push this out to 9 and a 2-possession edge.
Alabama, 9.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Alabama quickly back to the line. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
Alabama trying to convert this fourth down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense. Take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Makes the catch. It's Smith. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Throwing on the run. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gonna swing it on second down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Ohio State! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off!
It's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Powers forward. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. This is ultra-aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield on first down. He turns it loose to the left. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Ohio State, 22. Alabama, 9.
The Buckeyes will kick it away first and will start the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Bringing the heat. Showing the arm strength to the left.
First down, Alabama.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is humming.
Breaks into the open. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And I love the decisiveness by the quarterback on that play. Nobody open downfield. I'm going to go get this myself. And I'm not just going to go get a first down. I'm taking this thing to the house.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Alabama, 16.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They made the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Opening play of the drive from the 39. They'll start this drive going to the air. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. They're dealing with a second and long. Trying play action. Keeps looking downfield. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Flushed out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
I love it. I love first down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Up, nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the first down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much.
Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They stripped it out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Oh, a lot of space. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
To the air, it's Sayin. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to barrel in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
Looking to convert the two, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick.
28, Alabama.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They'll run the screen. There he goes. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Ohio State 28, Alabama 16.
Looking to fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Gets the back moving. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Right down the middle. Finds a man on the left. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. He wants to throw it again. Quickly to the tight end. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. It's
picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. There he goes to the right. The 20. He's at the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Looking to pass, it's Simpson. He wants a big play here late. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown time! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Into the end zone for the 2, and now it's a 12-point game. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the Hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for it all. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Throws to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now,
Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on fourth down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
He's taking a deep shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air, it's Simpson. Trying to pull his way in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Back to pass. He's going for the goal line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. A pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
yeah, I like the...
And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and they trail by just 4. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. The Buckeyes enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. To the air, it's Sayin. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now facing a 3rd and long. Throws to the tight end. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. To the air on 1st down. Buys a little time with his feet. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big...
Time to take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense. And I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum.
He's got it. 1st down and more. Turning it on. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Well, that is a play that we're going to circle. If this team is able to fight their way back and win this game, that one was huge. 4th down, picking up the 1st, getting some momentum and keeping this drive alive.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Barges ahead. Touchdown, Alabama! They move on top here on the 4th.
Now, you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period.
39, Ohio State, 36.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Here comes the heat. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. And that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these 2 teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.